My name is Lecturer Clergy Bishop Kenya Michael Thomas speaking in Nairobi National Government, Embakasi East Constituency. As usual, I used to share the Word of God in the morning or in the afternoon at this time of what I've read in the morning and in my devotion time. Particularly today, God has actually awakened me at 5:40 a.m. And I came to realize about what God wanted me to share today about education. Education is very important actually because the teachers used to impact people knowledge. And all provisions must have been taught by, teachers. I'm also a teacher in theology. I used to teach pastors before, but now I'm a political preacher. And also United States of Kenya Republic presidential aspirant come 2027 elections. Together with my helpers, Honorable Nixon Kugubo Jeremiah from Bungoma was on ballot paper in that kind of position of authority, seeking to be president 2007 elections. Is now my vice president, Nick Kugubo Jeremiah, Kenya retired Brigadier of Kenya Army, Kenya Defense Forces. I have also another helper that is actually powerful Prime Minister, United States of Kenya, a son who has ruled America for so many years, close to 10 years, a retired United States of America president, a wise man highly educated from Harvard University, His Excellency Dr. Barack Hussein Obama. Kenyan want him to rule us, so I decided to have him in my, to my Liberation Party government, which is actually a shadow government online, and it's going to be ready because we've already made our manifesto, and people like it actually. 99.9 Kenyans want it. So it's going to be our power Prime Minister Obama, President Obama, the former United States of America president, also a son of Luo here, Kenyan out. He's going to be our powerful Prime Minister in charge of all government businesses and state affairs agencies or in Kenya. I'm just going to be a ceremonial president together with my vice president. So today, and also my powerful, first lady is the incumbent head of state, youngest daughter, prayerful, godly youth, called Honorable Charlene Ruto, the youngest daughter of our incumbent head of state, going to be my first lady. President, His Excellency Sir Dr. William Samuel Ruto, youngest daughter. He's going to hold this Bible, New International Version Bible, God willing, around the corner in some few months, less than 28 months. So today I want us to talk about education because education is very important. Any country without educated people is an ignorant country, and it is not moving anywhere because it will have less manpower who are knowledgeable and understanding in that case. That's why Jesus Christ took 3 years in his earthly kind of life, 3 years. He spared it 3 years to train other human beings before he depart to heaven, heavenly realms. Pontius sky location in Isaiah 66 verse 1. We saw many mentioned rooms in John 14 verse 1 and 2. He decided to train his 12 disciples for 3 years. So when you hear, untrained priests saying that John and Peter are not trained, it's cheating. They are cheating actually, because they are trained by Jesus Christ for 3 years. And in that case, then after training, he told them, all right, you need now to go and train others. In Matthew 28, verse 19 and 20, which we normally refer as Great Commission, you can read from verses 16 of actually Matthew 28, verse 16 to 20, but I'm just going to read the conclusion of the matter, 19, verse 19 and 20. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations. That's what he told them after 3 years training. Baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. That is another advice he gave them. And teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. That meaning was a teacher then, in that case. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. Jesus Christ is with us even today. Don't think that is away. It's God actually. So remember that verse actually is an expression speech that convey the idea that Jesus is forever. In this case, he is actually with us also, as God is, the Father is also with us. So education in that case, because I'm a teacher, I used to teach Narok Bible College, African Church pastors before, and also Covenant College of Mission International Narok County Government before. I've also taught paramilitary general service unit, an equivalent force to Kenya Defense Forces here in Utawala Training College for 12 years as a civilian spiritual affairs volunteer, 2004 to 2016. Having been taught, actually, also myself, I was taught by other teachers or lecturers in 1996 to 2000, that is 4 years, at Kapsabet Bible College in Nandi County Government. And I came also to Nairobi to be taking again further studies, 3 years at the Vision International University, Ramona, California, an affiliate campus of USA of America. I completed also 3 years. I did also actually Islamic studies, distance learners at Columbia International University, a branch here in Kenya. I completed also that studies also about 3 years. And now I ended up being a teacher. And now I'm a politician, then looking forward to be United States of Kenya Republic President. With all those kind of knowledge which God has bestowed upon me by His grace and merited favor. So I'm saying I'm lecturer clergy Bishop Kenya Michael Thomas serving Kenya then under biblical authority, SCUPA, SKUBA, SCUPA, God Almighty Allah Theocracy, reign oriented to my liberation party government. So I'm actually going to have a kind of a ruling table government, which is actually based in the Bible, kind of a God-oriented rule. We call it theocracy God rule, which is going to give you an instant administration of justice without actually partiality, favorism, bribery. If you have killed someone, we are going to kill you, obvious. If you have blocked somebody, right eye, we will do the same as far as that rule of God is concerned. To deter criminal abuse or criminal killing human beings or miming them or mistreating them. So today in my devotion, I have learned about Christian education, human beings. Sometimes we do have also committees. And Christian committees in that case refer to a group of individuals, 70 people, who used to be elected or appointed to do, churches programs, to be overseers to manage the affairs of education perspective affairs. Particularly, to remove what you call foolishness and ignorance from people's hearts and minds. Because now this president of our government has flopped, or actually has fell, because now they had educated professionals. President Ruto is using people who are unschooled, illiterate in all professions in his government. And that's why the government has ended up, flopping completely. Period to 2027 election. So the organizational structure of educated human beings normally used to have a kind of a business in a legislation kind of a body, or in a core society. In that case, in Webster, that is actually what a committee organization means. It's a structure of leadership defined as a number of persons appointed or to attend a particular business, as even in court or also in business or public service, or even in political, committees of both Kenyan parliaments. So leadership in the Bible, in that kind of functions, we can say that we have social administration setting in Israel churches or place of worship during that time of Jesus Christ. All right, and also Roman Empire kind of life. A close scriptural study show that there have been a certain person elected or appointed in that kind of education systems, even by the president, like Moses, in Exodus chapter 18, verse 2 to 18. He was actually overwhelmed by the working duties to settle Israel community affairs in his leadership as the president of, Israel, as well as God's servant Moses. If you read Exodus chapter 18, verses 1 to, to verses 1 or 2 to 18, you will get it there. So this man was lucky enough to have married a wise man daughter called Prezo, Jethro, who advised him to anoint a body of elders in their society to handle preliminary cases, while himself deliberate on matters that is appealed by the lower court or elders, which are actually above them, as also the president of Israel at that time. So actually also he succeeded actually, because he has appointed about 70 kind of wise men, highly educated, to help him. Also, we have also elders committees in education program in the book of Acts chapter 20, verse 28. During the farewell of militaries, Apostle Paul exhorted the elders to care for the flock and the pastors also, to whom he has entrusted the responsibility, the word of God, he has told them. Likewise, he also told young Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2, to tell people or to teach people what he has told them, because he was also waiting to be executed by the Roman Empire, Emperor Nero. So we have also Jerusalem kind of educated people in the book of Acts, chapter 15, verse 1 to 22. These educated council people have been committed to deliberate and solve the problem which was brought before them, okay, by the Apostle Paul and from the Gentile churches on behalf of the body of the believers at that time. So at the end of the council meeting, they used to make some kind of recommendations which are good to the people in that case. We have also other educated human beings called deacons in the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6. Chapter 6, verses 1 to 6, which we are told actually there was actually 7 deacons, a committee, educated, highly educated, who used to face complaints and division between the Christians and the Jewish widows kind of affairs. These communities, racial differences, racist differences, the Christians and the Jewish, they used to complain that each of them, women and orphans, are overlooked, they are not helped in distribution of food and also other kind of affairs. So highly educated human beings have been actually elected or appointed to call 7 deacons to oversee that matter. Apostle Paul also asked the church to choose them, those men, as actually highly educated to deal with the temporal affairs and welfare of the community of that time of Israel and also other races. Also, we have also Israel Congregational Church Elders in the book of Numbers, chapter 10, verse 26 to 27, and also chapter 27, verse 1 to 4, and Deuteronomy 31, verse 30 to 32 verses. During the wilderness kind of, 40 years in the wilderness, the children of Israel has been administered by a group of highly educated leaders who used to, to help the entire community of their clans and to solve their problems before they reach actually Canaan. Their responsibility also was including management of their property and community settlements and maintenance of social, religious discipline also included, apart from social welfare. So we have actually types of Christian, highly educated human beings, programs and departmental committees in highly trained kind of churches which are not mushrooming now in Kenya. So these programs normally are handled by, highly educated, priests to see the youth of actions and Christian wives fellowships and Christian service cadets and Christian battalions and children's Sunday schools, among other, programs. The pastors used to have kind of these chairmanship positions together with their vice chairman, together with secretaries and the vice secretaries who are highly educated, and the treasurer also, who is a knowledgeable and faithful person, are normally the people who are bestowed with such kind of responsibilities. So what we want to say in short, Education is very important. In Kenya, we are told also the sharing of cake after independence. In 1963, we have highly educated, few tribes of that time. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the president, was actually spearheading Kenya into a prosperous country with a motto of Uhuru na kazi. Aliambia hawa lazima tuwe na independent na tufanye kazi. In a spirit called Harambee. Okay? So Jomo Kenyatta and illustrated that kind of mama's kind of lullaby that the people should help each other and in a spirit of Harambee, which is no longer now there. That sharing of cake also was actually shared with someone called Rodan Ngala, who is also Mzalendo. Nyanza, or that one is actually Nyanza province, or Ginga Odinga, the family of Odinga now, got a bigger share together with Tomboya, who have been Mzalendos of that time. We have somebody also called, Shemoneko from Kapenkuria. He also get a big share as an educated man. Western also, we have somebody called Masinde Mulero. We had also somebody called Rift Valley, highly educated man. People are saying that he was not educated, but highly educated. The vice president of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, president, was called Honorable Daniel Dorotich Arap Moi. He was also a teacher. He was representing Rift Valley, and Central Province also was represented by Mbiu Koinange, Charles Njonjo, G.M. Karaoke, Joseph Murumbi, and others also. So that government was silent because people have been sharing echo, of that time. But as time now went to this .com generation, because ourselves now, I'm a Samburu subscribe says, our people are not educated, so we are left behind. We not have that kind of a sharing of a cake up to today. Despite the fact that we have also we are also competent, highly educated, like other professionals or even better, they still they are still clinging or holding on that they are the only one who are supposed to have, a kind of a cake in Kenya. And that's now has brought kind of a flopping government of our president, which now we are applying what we call social disobedience, because it's grabbing everything and creating us an atmosphere of tribalism and nepotism and partiality in his leadership. Like now, the president, which is not dependable, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto. You think that the tribes of Kenya, which are about 49, with all educated human beings, they don't deserve to be given equal treatment. They still think that they are the only one, Kikuyus and Kalenjins and few Luos are the one who are supposed to have, sharing of the government of Kenya Republic resources. That's why you see them grouping now, like Tomboy, like now Raila Molo Odinga and, Ruto, because of that kind of, of ideology. Of we are Kalenjin because, this country belongs to us only, Kikuyus, and few, Moi family, and there's a Tugin, and also Kalenjin generally, and also Kikuyus are people because they believe that Kenneth Matiba and Charles Rubia and Martin Chukuku, Charles Njonjo, Wegwa Mwere, and George Anyona, Raila Odinga, and James Orengo, Wamalwa Kijana, and his son now, Kitobu Manyara, Paul Muite. This country only belongs to this human being, which is not so. And Mwai Kibaki family, it is not like that. Which used to say, hakuna haja serikali nisaidia na wewe utasaidia nini serikali. That was what actually that ideology of Mwai Kibaki. Although it was a bit better in economy, but actually there was no much actually kind of a sharing of cake of natural resources in other tribes. Okay, Elijah Muzinde Muliro also, Elijah, we are told, he was also an educated man, and there was a kind of a power rotational since independence up to now. You must have in Kenya also, a Luya to be a president, a vice president, or a Kalenjin, or a, Kikuyu, or a, something of that nature, or president. This power kind of rotational power is just coming within that kind of level. You either become a vice president like Muamalwa, like Moody Wori, and also Luo, Luo, and also Kikuyu, and then Kalenjin, and only these tribes. This kind of power rotational, we don't welcome it anymore. Elijah Masinde wa Meme, wana Meme, was also one of the people who benefited. Ruto is also, because Kalenjin is benefiting a lot. Okay, most of the leaders come to power through struggle, but the president actually position is only coming from these two KK tribes, Kikuyu and Kalenjin, which we want to break now that kind of rotational power in the next government. Otherwise, we don't recognize only the Kenya government to be ruled by two tribes throughout our lives. That is KK, Kikuyu and Kalenjin. It is not good. It doesn't make any sense, sure, at this .com generation. So today, remember that victory does not depend on the sharpness of the spear, but it depends on the strength of the beholder. So myself, I'm going to be elected as a paramount president. All right, and I do have actually what it deserves to be in that position, because I will be focused to be a kind of a person who will be overcoming this kind of messes, befalling the country, and I will enforce the rule of law and provide the proper machinery for public protection, especially in perennial trouble. All right, hotspot areas like cattle rustlers, bandit, fishing trouble at lake points, and total crackdown of hooliganism in the country for 7 county government, 290 constituencies, and 1,450 assembly regions. I say for 7 county government, 290 constituencies, and 1,450, wards, 1,450 wards region parliaments. All right. The governance policy system and operations, justice will be there, and people, we will thrive on good policies, accountable leadership, that will be a fruit in a cohesiveness, a kind of peaceful society, bent to promote equity and equality, social justice, and legal framework that will be structured later on also, over time. Okay? Because the country now is grappling with 4 failure leadership promises that we need actually to rectify, because they are actually underpinned by dishonesty, which is not bearing any transparency and truth kind of leadership. So education system also, that time I'm also focusing, going to improve the schools, colleges, universities, okay, various departments and institutions, and the professionals also should be paid well money, and also all security forces will be paid equally good money. And the education exposure, we are going to see some option to strengthen the education system, which is modified, blended with 844 and 4K clubs syllabus, that will encourage talent development compared to CBC and NIMIST, whose congested market will not pay sustainable, and improve our formal talents, traditional artists, blacksmith, poultry, weaving, and cultural form industries. We are going to improve actually the welfare through union that should be upheld in that coming government. The youth agendas also, we are going to equip youth with necessary life coping skills to foster their personal interest. All right, and to give them actually job creations opportunities through also funding to establish and boost their livelihood. To give them some money in loan forms, and also provide them with jobs to pay back. We want to train actually within 17 years in practical services to serve as an entry level staff in public and private sector organization in my government. We are going also to provide participatory kind of leadership with employability skills trained needed to function in the world of work today, developed countries kind of standard. We are also going to establish a performing artist centers in schools and talent training colleges, all right, in a country level, to attract extra exposure to promote artists and earn what they deserve in their work. Employment also, we are going to let the people sign contract of 10 years guarantee to pave way for the other people equipped with modern skills on the educations, not actually to keep on having people, old, hooligans of 1920 in the government jobs today. Okay, the long-serving workers who will be pensionable will be 80, 60 years or less. Okay, and we are also to remove this kind of yoke of slavery or poverty, miserable life from all Kenyans. We either all rise or fall that government, which of course I believe we are going to rise. Poverty is continuing to stack Kenyans the same way it did during colonialism, or better that time, because now the slavery of this time is more than any other ever witnessed in Kenya. Many Kenyans are passing through difficult time as many are seeking slavery jobs in Arab countries. Like now, Masaibu ile amepata now nearly to be, executed. Margaret Nduta Macharia, which we have served her by God's grace, have written to the president of Vietnam, and he has actually provided her with a presidential mercy. Thank God, and we thank the president of Vietnam a lot. Masaibu ya mahangaiko wa Kenya wanapitia kwa sasa imetokana na mitindo ya viongozi wa uongozi uliojaa tamaa, ufisadi na hadi tele ya uongo. False promises of job creation is not there. That's why now our Kenyan people are suffering in outside countries. Not because they are wishing, but they are actually suffering a lot. And when you're angry, you can do anything. The leaders who come to power filled with broken promises and dishonest, like our president, Dr. William Samoei, with all due respect, and most of his politicians survive on poverty mentality to win the poor, resources, to go and waste them in their luxurious ways, which of God forbids, and also any other good human being. We are also going to establish actually religion groups, which of course are not actually like this one now of our president, William Samoei Ruto, His Excellency, which are not trained priests. We will not allow people to kill human beings in spiritual accidents, because we are going to have an institution of holy characters that will be considered to measure up to the standard of developed countries. Or also a public service kind of education system. All systems must pass equally. Ministry of Education for you to be approved even to be a priest. So the function of a coming government, we will control actually all this kind of a mess on humanitarian basic needs, so that we will have a best truth, kind of a God-oriented government, the people and also religions. We will not allow also gay marriages, fighting God's nature in a sign heading to Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, obviously, being homosexuality causes psychological anguish, or LGBTO is an against human culture and for animals, and the law of ambiguous open to abuses of people raping others or sodomizing others we will not allow, and which actually has manifested through this kind of devilish habit now going on in Kenya. We are going to maintain peace and unity in Kenya for 7 county government and 290 councils, 1,551 assemblies, and 50 tribes equally. Kenya we should be regarded as a country of a safe and stronger and more united country sentiments, with actually less problems if with that will not threaten us to cause disunity and disharmony in Kenya Republic. The war of words and political feuds are being squandered by the Kenyan or all over the country will not be there. We are going to have practice what we call love and peace for coexistence and unity of purpose. All right, to be our bedrock of peace and oneness in the multicultural kind of nation. Without actually disregard of our race, gender, religion. We should love one another and respect one another, including foreigners from other nations living with us. We should also, negotiate around the table in any kind of, without pointing finger to each other. We are going to solve our problem amicably in a laughable manner, because we are living in a fallen world of sin. Women legislation of women empowerment in all right will be there. And actually we are also going to have a kind of a legal right for inheritance of women in Kenya. for their family to have land and property, and abolishment of any harassment of early marriages and forced female genital mutilations. FGM, I want to empower women as a basic unity of the entire nation. Women are going to be less disadvantaged. They will be experience actually equal right, like men in all opportunities of job opportunities creation. You will not going to harass a woman and you go safe in Kenya at that time. So remember also most paid Kenyans, okay, their salaries will be increased but not as the lower level human beings in that government. The corruption also, that is one of the things which is binding and millions of Kenyans into yoke of slavery. We are going to get rid of this kind of a mess. So we are also going to discipline with severe discipline all corrupt servants and political class unit, big or small political or public servants, should be ruthlessly be dealt with the law, and they will step aside immediately whenever we sense them practicing actually corruption or mistreating Kenyans in their offices. Like now, when I went actually to President Kindiki office for 1 year and 3 months, he's not in the office to help us over capital death penalty human beings to exhume Kenyans who are in mass graves in Marsabit County government for 1 year and 3 months. The man is keeping being promoted. Alright? I don't know what kind of a president we have who is actually promoting criminals. Alright? Because now this man actually is actually being given a sharing of a cake in Kenya to be the second in command, having actually refused to honor what we are telling him. When he was actually in internal security office, I reported the matter of so many human beings were dead in churches actually compounds in Marsabit County government, which has actually refused us to pray in the churches. He's not actually listening to me. He is putting his own people in his office to refuse to let us know his timetable whenever he's in the office. Alright? He's putting mirrors there. Alright? Particularly in his office. Practicing nepotism completely, soldiers and others, secretaries. I wrote to him actually to tell him about these human beings which are dead. I've appointed to I think on this man called Reverend Lamadada, who's alluding with the terror groups. He will tell the government and the USA also, because we are missing so many American priests and African also Kenyans. And all these youth are killed, university students, these ones. Here, actually. Mr. Leobele, Mr. Lemosor, Ms. Jessica, Mr. Lantare, and also 4 choir members here. He is actually here. I told him to apprehend this man to tell him how he has allowed this terror group to give him a lot of money because he's a millionaire now, this guy. With over 200 camels, and with a lot of vehicles, including those of those priests who are nobody knows where about they are. I wrote to the Kindiki office on 10th 9th 2024. He's keeping on telling me, wait, he's now again in Deputy President office. If he was having less power when he was, in State Department of Internal Security and National Coordination, why is he not now actually acting again when he's in Vice President? It means then, in that case, according to my logic, that I'm actually a pastor of that church. Here I am. I'm still on payroll, although I'm not paid actually money for almost now 25 years. Of African Church Songa Consulate, Sub Consulate Songa location. I went shortly to teach actually in Arab Bible College, and now these human beings have been actually cleared completely. The one now, which are 8 of them in the church compound. Alright? Okay? And 4 universities and 4 choir members and 4 injured. And I told the government to pay the blood of these human beings who are crying from the ground. 50 million each of them, 8 of them, and 25 million for actually to 30 million for the injured one, which are 4. Together with the priest of Anglican Church, Marsabit, 3 of them including even a Briton. I have written to the president all these kind of issues. I told him also this man called Lamadada has also sold part of the church compound. Here it is actually, with 20,000 and given 15,000 and 5,000 remaining. He has appended signature there with other 2 elders. Alright? Lamadada, who is now the African Land Church Marsabit, who has no office, has fled now after selling the blood of this human being and selling the blood of, others also we don't know, because we don't know this priest is holding his, we are totally keeping their vehicles. And we don't know the priest where they are. I wrote to Kindik office over the same matter. Alright? Alright? Over the same matter again when it's in the Deputy President office. They are telling me wait, including recently I've been to this office, Deputy President office, on 13th March actually, on Tuesday, last Tuesday, 2004. They told me again to wait for 2 weeks. 1 more week, which means almost close to 2 weeks. I'm now going to go again, Tuesday, again, to check whether the letter they have said they have approved, whether they have approved it so that I can take it to. A copy also must be there to the awaiting office of the State Department of Internal Security and National Coordination Office of Honorable Murkomen. They are waiting the letter. Okay, Evans, and also Murkomen. I wrote also to America to come and check their priests, which are also, we don't know where about they are. Alright? Long time ago. Well, these human beings approved this matter a long time ago, but the president is, the deputy president office is keeping on telling me, wait. Keep on waiting. Until when? Alright? So, with all due respect, last time we have been together with this priest, which are now nobody knows where they're about, including the people who are dead now, was on February 2029, one meeting again, when we have been at Loyangalani. You can check it here. Alright? All this human being priest, I am here. And my name is here. Again on September, last time now, that was Loyangalani, was September 28 to 27 to 28, 201. I am also here there, now. This is the last time now we are together with all these lost priests and also human beings who are killed now in the church compound. Alright? I told even there are also 3 priests of Anglican Church we need to be executed according to their wives' request. And we have to do it. Alright? That is actually Andrew Adano Tuye of Gabra. Gabale is keeping on calling me most of the time. That they are not paid even when he was crashed on a plane of ill-fated plane of police. 30 million shillings they are paid the politician who paid for them under the umbrella of Peace Initiative. Not paid money. Helen Kabale. Children are suffering. I was told they have now left the church, they are very in the desert. Alright? Okay, another one also, William Wako, Bishop who took over from that one, Anglican Church. And they are all in the church compound of Anglican Church diocese, Marsabit County. Including Stephen Houghton, the founder of the diocese. They are supposed to be paid 50 million, not even 30. Alright? Naomi J. Wako is the wife of the William Wako priest, Bishop. Wife. They are suffering. They told me actually to help. I've reported this matter, I've written online, even, Anglican Church Archbishop Jackson Nasore or let's have this information. Alright? You okay? I am representing the church because Nasore is not saying anything. When I seeing this thing online, he's saying, is it true? As if I'm the one who's, I'm not an Anglican priest fully. Yes. No. But I'm representing God as a spiritual affairs such bishop and also a politician. Looking forward to be Kenya president, which will be, I'm going to oversee all churches actually affairs also. If they're messing up, we will correct that because I'm a trained priest. Alright? And I will have a God-oriented government, which does not entertain nonsense. So what do I want to say here? President Ruto, new vice president, is acting like a cobra snake, which has entered the foundation of a building without people knowing. Alright? Alright? Because it's not working, honestly speaking. And it's cheating the president. He doesn't want to wound the president like the former president, vice president was doing. To wound him as a good friend in Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17, to tell him the truth, whether they like it or not. That was actually the work of Professor, Honorable Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was doing. He used to tell the president the plain truth that this is wrong. What we are doing is wrong. The government we are leading is wrong, doing wrong here and there. The other one is just saying, yes sir, like And like actually Judas kissing the Jesus Christ, and he later on sold Jesus Christ's blood. Alright? This president went to Marsabit, called Kindiki, rather than calling me, he went and met terrorists of Rendile terrorists. People are not trained. Priests in Marsabit, who have actually cheated him, that a priest put him on our altars. One of them is Laban, a single, of course. He's not a priest. He's not a trained priest. He's just a child elder. Oh, he told him actually, I'm the one who have actually, written actually, I'm the author of, Rendile Bible, Rendile Song Book, which we know that they don't even have, a Rendile full Bible. We have only New Testament, some few verses. Yeah, chapters of the New Testament, which they have completed recently by Nick Swanable and Renee Swanable. These are the priests from South Africa, Americans. Alright? They are the one who have been actually doing this kind of highly trained priests. They are the one who have actually helped them. They went there to court after Reverend Al Anderson started there. They took over. Okay? The one who have started all those stations, the late Reverend Al Anderson, who have baptized me 1975, December 25th, 1975. He's the one who started those stations together with Tisdale, who started, the other side of, western side of Marsabit County, and eastern side, north and south, it was Reverend Anderson. About 25 stations. Now this man actually, the deputy president, refused to go to Songa, where this human being are. When I tell him again, give me soldiers to go anti-terror, because even himself is afraid to go, he is keeping on telling me, we have approved the letter, and we are waiting to give you. So, and we give also a copy to Murkomen office, so that you can go and exhume these human beings, and oversee the work which I was also given these stations. I'm given this station now, they are called Interdenominational Church International. We are going to change the brand of AIC there, which are used by terrorists. Because the name now AIC there is a terrorist kind of a church in denomination. Because the priests are not trained, and they are actually alluding with a terror group to kill human beings. Alright, that's what we have discovered. One of them is actually called Daniel Siole. He was having a fake degree from Sutotet, which is not offering, degree in African and Church theological colleges. And I removed him that one from the place together with the help of the teachers of the church elders, because he was nearly even to kill me with his gun. They are nearly to kill me using actually pangas and slashers. They are nearly to kill me, but I was saved by anti-terror KWS. Alright? Who told me that they wanted to shoot them? I told them wait. Okay? That they want to shoot actually the Siole, fake priest Siole, and also the Master of Songa, Francis Cannibal. I told them hold on. They put him in for 3 days in their custody there, in their line. And I told him we need to have some more criminals. Let me consult actually the office of the deputy president and vice president, of which I'm doing now. Because this is a gang of so many human beings. They are nearly even to kill me. I slept in that camp actually because I was near to be killed for almost 2 days. They are nearly to kill me again with slashers and pangas. Alright? And they have actually get hold of me, destroying all my clothes, eating my head, blowing off me. But I was saved by the anti-terror police actually. I was near to die, even myself, I was near to be in the same grave actually. Here, if not by God. And I was actually here preaching here. I was nearly to join this human being in this mass grave. 8 of them. When I went to Marsabit recently. And I was saved. I still feel headache actually. Because they have hit me with a kind of a nail on my head. Here. It is written here, after I reported, because the case is there. Case number 2048. It is written clearly that actually the soldiers have said I'm really injured, surely. Yeah, surely. I was assaulted terribly by Sole and Francis Cannibal, together with other criminals also. Yes, the case is on. Not only for the kids. I was even myself near to be killed. Here is actually the case number is here. Yeah, Marsabit, police OB or arrest book. It is here. Yeah, I was assaulted terribly. Okay, Marsabit police station OB or police occurrence book. Kind of a case 48. That was actually 13 January 2024, 18:27 hours. It is still there. These criminals, they told me they wanted to shoot them because they was nailed to be killed again myself to be in the same mass grave. But I told them, hold on, until we get many of them. No, they are not only 3. Maybe there are many. It's not only Madada and Daniel Ziole, which is called himself, a priest also, is not. Or even, Francis Canabal, the animals of Songa Primary. No. There are many of them, maybe. So, I was given actually by AIC stations, 24 stations. Page 1 of them is here. You can see the sign here by the Internal Security Minister, Professor Kindiki, alright, on 16 September 2024. Page 2 is here, alright. I'm given it is going to be called International Church International. Page 3 is here, alright, because I'm going to be given these stations. And now I'm looking, they are going to provide me with, the soldiers to go to these stations. There are so many of them actually, there are 27. There are 25, but one of them is not here, called Mbarwai. Number 1 of that station is actually called, Moyale. Number 2, La Belle. Number 3, we have Gargasa. Number 4, we have actually Marsab Township. Number 5, we have a township guest house also included, and Marsab Township. And then actually Marsabit again, Aboriginal Church again, Dripgombo. Number 6, actually Songa, where these human beings are lying in a mass grave. Aboriginal Church is Songa. And then I was also given number 7, Marsab Gitruni. I'm also given number 8, actually, Karare. And then Kamboe, number 9. I'm also given Logo Station. I'm also given Lasam Station. I'm also given Court Station. I'm also given Grunet Station. I'm also given South Horse Station. I'm also given Loyankalan Station. I'm also given Ultro Station. I'm also given Goroi Station. I'm also given number 18, Arapal Station. I'm also given number 19, Kalasha Station. I'm also given number 20 with a petroleum oil, Kurkum Station, of African Church Station, to be called all of them Interdenominational Church International, Interdenominational Church International. Number 21, illiterates Station. Number 22, Gatap Station. Number 23, Losikriachi Station. Number 24, actually, we are Lokilelenge Station. Number 25, which is not here, is called Mbarwai Station, which is having now an evangelist called, there's another evangelist, which is there now. Okay? So, Mbarwai Station is also mine, 25 of them. Otherwise, my number here is actually 0795 979 848 739 203 210, another number. Call me or email me, Bishop Kenya Michael, or tell me if you have any question on what I'm saying. And website www.thebibleguideblogspot.com. I was given this station on 16th September 2024. It is written here, clear. Check here and also here. The office of the office of the Internal Security Minister, State Department of Internal Security and National Administration kind of coordination. So remember now the case is on, huh? All right. So I want the enemies of God to know that God is not limited with the power to be resisted, and I'm actually fighting on behalf of God here. So 1 plus God is many. All right. 1 plus God is many, and I think the government of Kenya is respecting God, and is going to not to fight God. They are going to listen what I'm saying fully. So I am here today, telling Kenyans that pray for me. Let us love one another, and I want also the president to have educated people in all sectors, including spiritual affairs, political affairs, all right, to remove ignorance and foolishness, and also to check the kind of black members in his office, which have actually entered his foundation. And when the foundation of a house is checking, what will he going to do himself as a righteous man? Because he is the president is actually a God-fearing man, as he claims. So what is he going to do when the foundation of his government is shaken by these illiterate people and also ignorant few educated one? which are not actually giving him the right, information as far as the truth are concerned. All right, the president is not given by his deputy the right information, and it's not also working. All right, it's not also working, because if it's working, now he could have done what I've told him, rather than making this work so complicated. To an extent, now it has actually reached America. Detectives, FBI, and also Britain to come and exhume Stephen Horton, from Marsabit County government to take his body to Britain. Instead of him now making the work more easier, he has now complicated the work. And finally, I just want the president to know his duties. If he doesn't know, I think the president needs to know what his role and function, rather than going around making mandazis all over, and some few mandazis in some schools. The president needs to know about his function. I think so. I've written to him to tell him about the function of the president, and I think he has actually received what I've said. Because I'm also looking forward to becoming a president, and I think I know what is the role of and the function of a president before I enter that executive office of the president. So I've written to the president about what is the the work of the president, of the function of the deputy of the president, deputy president, and I believe he's going to he knows actually, because the role and responsibility of the Kenya president is the country head of state and government, exercises the country executive authority, and is also the commander-in-chief of the country military, the Kenya Defense Forces, the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy, and is the chairman of the country National Security Council. So what I've stated here, like these cases now, he is actually the chairman of the Internal Security Council. All right, and our pipes now are taken to Moyale. Our children, our youths are are in graveyards in Marsabit. Our pipes are being sold by this priest, 2 of them, and also 1 man, including others. Maybe we are going to get them then after the government question those ones. Lamadada and Lesiole priest, 1 fake priest and 1 trained 2 years Lamadada, and the other one nothing completely. All right, called Lesiole, and the headmaster of Songa, together with those also friends of theirs. The president, as the chairperson of the country National Security Council, must deal with this kind of a case perpendicularly. All right. And the duties of the president's office, also during his tenure in term in the office, is actually the chief, is actually the armed forces kind of boss, empowered to make treaties and appointments within those kind of federal, state, or county government under the approval of the Senate. So I reported this matter to the president to know his work. So I believe he's going to to take care of it, the oath of office he has taken, and without actually holding the Bible, and goes against that oath, which is wrong, together with the First Lady. All right, Madam Honorable Excellence, also Rachel Shabbat. All right, they need to serve Kenyan together with the Vice President with a God reference life, or fearing life, because they hold a very powerful kind of a book. Professor Kindiki is not honoring God completely. The man who cannot actually wake up when we tell him there are youth people who are dead in the graveyards, in the church compound, and is not awake yet for 1 year and 3 months almost. He's not awake, and he claiming that he's the son of a priest. That this man must have backslided, or he has never been saved since his life, throughout his life, as a son of a priest. Because this is a very sensitive man. Marsabit is here. I've written all this kind of everything here, wasting my resources to now I am actually just on the, on crashes as far as financial kind of a constraint are facing me and my family, serving all, human beings, as actually anticipated president of Somali Liberation Party. With this kind of a government, Somali Liberation Party, this is our manifesto. I am here as the president, Vice President Kukubo, Honorable, Dr. Barack Hussein Obama. I am here, Michael Otome, Bishop, as the president, and also Vice President Nico Kubo, Honorable, Dr. Barack Hussein Obama is going to be our Prime Minister. Our flag is there. This government is now online. All right. I'm just working because I'm looking forward to becoming a president. And I know God will not let me down. Honestly speaking. In Exodus chapter 14, verse 14. The enemies which are now blocking all this work, they are fighting God, sure. People don't honor God to remove actually such kind of misbehaviors of, crying kind of spirits of dead people in the churches. That's not why this government is flopping completely. Because they're fighting God actually. They're not fighting me. Alright? I'm not paid by that priest who have appended signature here called Madada for 25 years as the president, as the African church boss there. Has never paid me money for 25 years. And I'm just patient. And on top of that, he's going to sell, he's continuing selling plots. Not only that one alone, and selling the blood of human beings for so many years. It is wrong, sure. The Madada is the one, this guy has appended signature here, he's the one here. He has appended signature as the chairman of district church council, person who is supposed to employ pastors to be paid. I'm not paid for 25 years. Alright? And I've assisted this man when he married actually. He was having nothing. I paid the dowry, part of his dowry, and he's not honoring me. He was also my classmate. I left him in class 7, because he did not go to secondary school. And now the guy is fighting all of us. Trained priest, secondary graduates, university graduates, he's fighting us terribly. Alright? And he's trying to tell people who are illiterate to go and to the cybers and get degrees, fake papers, like Siole, in order for him to continue selling plots, the church plots, and the blood of human beings. So with those few remarks, I want human beings to know that education is very important. And I want the president and the deputy president to know that education is very important. To avoid being actually working with ignorant people who are actually not trained human beings in all fields, because the government now will not go anywhere. That's why now the government is flopping trouble. Otherwise, may God bless human beings living in Kenya and beyond, and pray for us, and let's love each other, and value the value of education properly. Amen.